Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Chris with Fresh Gaming, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the Black Flame Reaper build, which is an absolute powerhouse of a build and is a super fun one for you guys to try out and play through Elden Ring with. So let's check this out. So in this build, we're going to be focusing on all the black magic and just finding ways to expand on what is a very scarce spell school in this game. So I'll have a set of weapons later on in the video if you have a decently leveled character already. But before we get into that, let's jump into what weapon I would recommend that fits this build thematically really well and you can get right off the bat with a fresh character. And that's going to be the Graith Scythe. Since it's super easy to get, causes natural blood loss, this is a fantastic weapon to go and farm right with a close to level 1 character. And not only is it easy to get, but on top of that, it's not a special weapon at all, so you're able to stack on any specific Ash of War that you're looking for to fit this build thematically, and you'll be able to enchant the weapon with the Black Flame weapon enchantment. So if you first start off, you can head to the Stormhill Shack right away, and then just take this path all the way up north, go straight up, and that'll drop you off at the lake-facing cliffs. Skipping all bosses, there's really no hard enemies, and once you get to the lake-facing cliffs, you can head up north a little bit more, and there'll be some beautiful skellies waiting for you to go ahead and farm their scythes. There should be around 4 or 5 of them, and every single one that carries these scythes have a chance to drop them. And the best part about it is you'll be able to use the Black Flame Blade to enchant this weapon to just give it that extra boost of damage. And by the way, if you guys are enjoying these builds, feel free to hit the like button. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos and maybe even using some of these builds to try out yourself. So now while you guys are on the lower level spectrum of things, you have your weapon and are good to go, we could jump into the main setup of this build. So as I said before, since the black magic is such a scarce spell school, I really hope that they increase the amount moving forward into the DLC. We're going to be focusing on 2 great weapons. They're also going to have 2 separate Black Flame abilities that'll just increase the amount of Black Flame abilities that we have available to us. Starting off with the Godslayer Greatsword. The Queen's Black Flame Ash of War is absolutely a powerhouse, and you'll be able to rip through bosses' health like nothing. This is honestly one of my favorite weapons in the game since it has such a unique look and a really nice Ash of War. Does great damage, scales really well with Faith, and that's what I'm going to recommend you focus in on in the beginning of this build. But it has a D in Strength, B in Dexterity, and a C in Faith. So this way you can optimize this weapon and not really have to be forced to throw in a lot of points into the physical damage aspect of it, because when you use a lot of points into Faith, the damage of this weapon is going to skyrocket anyways. For the Godslayer's Greatsword, you're going to have to end up in Caelid, in the Divine Tower of Caelid. You can go to the Third Church of Marika here in Limgrave. You're going to take the teleporter that's hidden right up north in the bushes here. That's going to teleport you all the way up north here, and then you could just go south and swing around, and that'll bring you to the Dragon Barrow's West Site of Grace, which will give you easy access to the Divine Tower. Once you complete this dungeon, you'll be rewarded with the Godslayer's Greatsword. But guys, definitely let me know what builds you find most fun. What are you using right now? If I left anything out in this specific build, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. On top of that, we're gonna have the Death Ritual Spear, another absolute banger of a weapon. Obviously, it's not gonna do as much physical damage as the Godslayer Greatsword, only doing about 199 compared to the 274 on the other weapon, but it is a spear, so you have that nice poking move set. It'll definitely get you through what you needed to. But if you guys don't already know, the Ash of War on this is the Spear Call Ritual, and this will absolutely destroy any larger targets just because every single spear is going to end up hitting that target. You are going to have to go a little bit more into intelligence to rock this weapon, but this will give you 2 different Black Flame spells added into your arsenal. And what I find really cool about these 2 is it'll work on 2 opposite sides of the spectrum, with the Godslayer's Greatsword doing insane single target DPS, while the Death Ritual Spear is going to do massive AoE and potential single target when it's a bigger target like dragons and just bosses in general. Now to obtain the Death Ritual Spear, heading into the mountaintops of the giants, and all the way to the top left, you're going to find yourself another Death Bird, and that'll drop you that weapon. So let's go through the seal and the staff that we're carrying to boost the Black Flame damage as well. Starting off with the Prince of Death staff. This is going to straight up boost your death sorcery. Nothing but a winner for us. We're also going to be rocking the Godslayer seal, which is again boosting that specific type of sorcery. And armor, I don't know, I mainly focus on just the Elden Bling. I want to just be as Reaper like as I can, so I'm going with the Black Knife hood, I'm going with the scaled armor, Blide's gauntlets, and the scaled greaves. But I really think the Black Cavalry Knight set would look really dope on this build as well. Real quick, let's just go over all the Black Flame abilities that we have. So starting off, we have the Black Flame requiring 20 faith to use and is going to be the base of this build. Second off, we're going to have the Scourging Black Flame requiring 28 faith, giving us a nice AoE ability and actually provides a surprising amount of range. We're also going to have Ancient Death Rancor. This is going to be the first spell stepping into sorcery, so you may not get this right away as it requires 34 intellect and 24 faith to use. And then last but not least, you have Explosive Ghost Flame, which is going to require 42 intellect and 30 faith, which is a huge requirement, but you'll be getting this later into the game anyways. And for anybody that doesn't know, you're going to head to the consecrated snowfields to the left-hand side here. At the top of this river is going to be the deadliest death bird that you've encountered so far, and this is where you're going to receive that spell. So the trick to this build is going to be having to balance the intelligence and faith aspect of it. So the points that I'm using is 60 in health, 33 in mind. Endurance is sitting at 33. You're going to need a lot of endurance if you plan on using both of those weapons, and I really recommend that you do because we're just lackluster in the Black Flame abilities. So having two weapons that give you additional abilities is key. Strength at 20 because that's what it's going to require to rock that great sword. Dexterity sitting at 40 because I like to do melee, so I wanted to up that physical damage of my weapons as much as possible. And then it's going to be up to you moving forward. I have 40 into intellect and 58 into faith. When you're in the beginning stages of this type of build, just go straight up into faith because you're going to be doing a lot more damage, and a lot of the Black Flame incantations you get are more closely received in the beginning of the game. So definitely just pump faith and you guys will be good to go. Check out one of the other builds I made that'll be popping on the screen next. And if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Nobody's stopping you for more content coming your way. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.